Hey guys, welcome to what is this, like week 2 of our all online existence. I hope you and all of yours are healthy and well. Please stay safe, wash hands and all that kind of stuff. Hope things are going well. I wanted to talk to you about what's up for this week. We'll be doing chapter 10 here, and I'll talk about it briefly in just a minute. It's really easy. We're going to check your work on exercise 10 from Media Flight Plan and kind of look ahead at the next exercises. All right. I've given you the case information, etc. So in the next week or so, we're going to start talking about that. And we might do a Zoom class here before long so that we can kind of all start going through that case together. I'm also posting, it gets a little confusing, Zoom. So we might do that for meetings, but there's also an app called Loom, which is a screen capture. And I've got a link posted on Moodle for that for exercise 10. So you can either look at the PowerPoint and compare your answers, or you can watch, I think it's about 9 minutes long, and I go through the slides and kind of talk about what's most important on each of those. So I hope that's helpful as you're going through the slide material. So chapter 10 is pretty short and pretty easy, but very, very important. That chapter is about evaluating the media plan. And you really can't write a professional advertising plan and certainly not a professional media plan unless you have built in some way to evaluate it. Now, you can read the chapter and you can read the PowerPoint and all that. I'm not going to regurgitate that to you, but here's what you need to know about evaluation. It's critical in business because that's how you prove success, or you prove efficiency, or you prove effectiveness. All right? Without an evaluation plan, we don't really know what worked or why. There's a really, really old joke in advertising that says, half of my money is wasted, I just don't know which half. Well, we don't really want that to be the case. So it's important in business, and really kind of in life, to have a way to evaluate how did I do today? How am I moving toward my objectives? Did I achieve that? Etc. Okay, so evaluation is important. And one day when you go into your boss to ask for a raise, or to ask for that promotion, or to ask for this new set of responsibilities, you may want to be able to prove through evaluation that, well, these were my tasks and these were the outcomes. These were the things that improved. This is what we were able to do. Evaluation helps to make that happen. So in regards to media plans, there's a couple of easy ways to take a look at that. One is a pre-buy analysis, and it's using software like Media Flight Plan, existing and projected numbers, and you run the package, and based on those calculations, you're able to do kind of a pre-buy to say, this is what we think our reach and frequency is going to be, this is what we're projecting, and this is what we expect to happen. But again, it's based on projected numbers, so there's always the possibility it could get wonky. A couple of weeks ago, none of us would probably have projected what's happening in fast food right now or what's happening in some kind of media categories because of the pandemic. So projected numbers are great. They're a guideline, but they're not locked in. The other kind of major analysis is a post-buy analysis. And in that, we use the actual rating numbers. So 4 times a year, we measure TV performance during sweeps periods, and then those go into books or online, and we can use actual numbers, right? I mean, they're still statistical projections, but they're based on actual viewership. We can use those real numbers to measure how well did our program do, but it's in arrears. It's after. So this would be after we've run the buy, then we do what's called post it, and we look back to the actual numbers for that time period and say, okay, we bought this and thought it would get a 10 rating, and it actually got an 8 rating. Oops, we underachieved, or we overpaid. Or we bought it on a 10 and hey, it got an 11. We bought the nightly news 6 months ago, and then the pandemic hit and all of a sudden viewership skyrocketing. We actually got more viewers. So a post buy happens after the schedule runs based against actual numbers. And that wants to verify that all the spots ran correctly, that we got the ratings or points or impressions that we thought we were going to buy. Okay. So Pre-buy is based on projections before you actually make the buy. Post-buy is after the buy runs based on actual numbers. You can also do some consumer research. This would be might be things like recall, unaided recall, aided recall. This could be in surveys or other kind of like focus groups and things of that nature. Say, you might hear this language, did the ad campaign move the needle? In other words, did it create more awareness or more recall or a change in attitude? So there might be consumer research to say, well, numbers and eyeballs are great, but I want to know, did it really do what it was supposed to do? So if we'd had some big PR debacle and our company had some image problems and then we run this new campaign, try to improve our image, did it help? So consumer research is another one. And the last one is ROI. That is, and you know what ROI is, that is the client saying, well, we anticipate that this ad campaign is going to generate X number of dollars in increased sales after we run it. And so they measure it. They say, well, before the campaign ran, our sales were like this, and then we ran the campaign and our sales were like this. So that return on investment was at the level we wanted or not. Or if sales flattened out, it's like, hey, we spent all this money and nothing happened. What's up? So ROI measures product sales, typically. Customer research measures attitude. Post-buy, after the buy, actual numbers. Pre-buy, before the buy, based on projections. That's really kind of the sum of Chapter 10. But what is important is that you need at least one, maybe 2 or 3 of those measurements built into your plan. Because otherwise, your client's going to come to you and say, here's $26 million. Let me know how it turned out. You better be able to answer the question. Did we get the eyeballs? Did we get the increase in sales? Did we get the customer reaction that we thought we were going to get? So evaluation is critical. Especially when we're spending the kind of money that we're talking about in media sales these days. All right, so that's Chapter 10. Hope that that's helpful. Exercise 16, which I think is the next one, is all on a media flight plan. It's going to be you starting to get used to using that software again. Now, we have done this in class. I understand it's confusing, so I think that when we do a Zoom meeting before long, we'll probably go through that again, just to kind of walk everybody through it, okay? And please, I understand that it's harder doing this online on your own, and I'm just looking for everybody to give it a good effort and to learn what you can out of it. So I will help you where I can, but I think we'll probably take a Zoom session and go back through Media Flight Plan and let everybody kind of push the buttons and get that all working, okay? So look at exercise 16. You'll need your Media Flight Plan workbook for that and to be able to log on to Media Flight Plan to use the software package, okay? If you have questions on that, shoot me an email, let me know. I'll try to get back to you as quick as I can. And again, we'll probably do some online tutorials on that. The next big thing is be sure you download that Hershey Kisses case. It's big. There's a lot of documents in there. I would say don't print anything out, but download that, and what you want to start looking for is the case information, a PDF file that's got the Hershey Kisses case on that. Start reading through that. You might even kind of start highlighting or making notes about important information in that, because what we're going to do is go into that case and pull out those key factors that we're going to use in making the media plan. And that's what your final project will be based on. All right, guys, if you got questions, shoot me an email. Please stay healthy and well. Take care of yourself and each other and be kind, and I'll see you online.